Best-selling author Mark Villareal believes that the values we learn from our moms help us to become successful later in life. His book, Leadership Lessons from Mom, explains it all. And Mark is joining us this morning to tell us a little bit more. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming this morning.
Well, thank you for having me. It's very exciting.
I'm excited because really, when you think about that, mom is so important in our kids' lives. And really, mom is the leader of the family. And I'm real excited to hear about this book. So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, my mom was the best leadership coach who chose to be a housewife. She had that luxury back then. And so the lessons that she taught me, I'd always tell people, my mom used to say this, and they said, wow, your mom was pretty wise. So eventually I put it in a book to all the lessons, and every lesson here actually correlates to business. I'm big on leadership. I coach leadership and do leadership workshops. So I took the lessons, wrote about what happened in my life, but then I correlate them to business.
So let's talk about some of these lessons that you learned as a kid in life that help you become successful. Number one, dream big. Great lesson from mom.
Right. Well, as kids, you know, mothers and fathers help their kids to dream big, and we take our dreams to them about, I want to be a fireman, next week I want to be a policeman, but we lose that sometime in our life. And so my mom was real big that even as I became more mature, she would say, I still want you to dream big. And then as I became a leader, because she was there as I started managing people in leadership, she would talk about, you need to teach your people to always dream big, to raise their expectations and not to lose that thrill that they had as a little kid.
I'm reading through this list, and it's so true. These all apply to leadership and to business life, because another great tip from mom is be a good example, which if you're in a business, you want to lead by example.
Exactly. Well, she would always tell me first, be genuine as a leader, speak from the heart, and people will appreciate that, because I would tell her, this person became a manager and they changed. And she said, they shouldn't have. They should be who they are, and people will respect that. But she'd always say, the last thing I want from you, no matter what you do in life, is I want you to be a good example. And as a brother, as a son, when you make a mistake, how you react to it and how you own up to it. If you will be a good example, I'll smile down from heaven when I pass.
Absolutely. Another tip from mom, it's not all about you, right?
Yes, and growing up, I think we all go through a stage where it's a little bit of self-centered. In the lesson, I talk about that I had a high school friend pass away. And I didn't get to know him that well. I kept putting off our friendship when he wanted to be a closer friend. And she taught me there, it's not all about you. And start focusing on others. And the more you focus on others, you'll be amazed at how much success you'll have, how much having more friendships and mentors will come into your life. And so when you focus that it's not about you, it really makes a difference as a leader.
That's a great lesson. Another tip, be more concerned about your character than your reputation. Explain that one.
Well, I was talking about some kid that wanted to hang around our clique. When you grow up, you get in cliques, and I'm like, well, this kid, and I said something derogatory about him, and my mom said, Marcos Antonio, which means I was in trouble, if first and middle name in Spanish. And she said, first of all, you don't say that about them. And she understood that. She says, are you worried about your reputation? I'm like, and so I thought she got it. I'm like, oh yeah, you understand. She said, no, be more concerned about your character. Your reputation may open doors, but your character will keep you there. And that's true what we teach in business. Character is the biggest foundation of everything you can be in a business.
Great information, Mark. And of course, there's so much more in the book. I mean, we're just touching on the surface here. But again, it's Leadership Lessons from Mom. And Mark is a Texan. So make sure you pick up this book. You can find it at bookstores, also MrVOnline.com. And you can follow Mark on Facebook and Twitter. Everything you need to know is right there on your screen. And we're going to give away a book this morning. Caller number 4 will get it. We'll give that away at 470-51.